everybody, David Flute here, Cabinet Secretary, South Dakota Department of Tribal Relations. I've been asked, what is the difference between tribal council and the legislature? In the tribal council meeting, you have a group of individuals. There's some tribal councils have, close to 17, some maybe have 21, some tribes have maybe 4 or 5, so it really fluctuates from tribe to tribe how many council people serve on the tribal council. And the similarities are that those council persons are elected from a district, just like our legislators are elected from a district, their county, their district. And so that's how tribes in our state are elected, the tribal council. They're elected from their respective district. Again, each tribe has a different amount of districts. For my tribe, there's 7 districts. I think in a few of the other tribes, there's 8 or 9 districts. For some of the smaller tribes like Lower Brule and Crow Creek, I think it's just one community. Flandreau, they have one community. But there are tribes that do have these different districts, a few of the larger tribes, and so those districts will elect a council person that they then set on tribal council, and they make the decisions through a democratic process to vote one way or the other if they're going to move forward on a new bill, a tax agreement, gaming compact, whatever it may be. The difference is that here in state government, I've learned they have committee hearings first. And if a bill passes out of the committee, then it gets a second or another opportunity to be heard on either the House floor or the Senate floor. And if it doesn't make it out of the committee, it's basically killed, is what they call it. They defer it to the 41st day, which is basically the bill has died in the committee and will not be brought up again until next year if somebody wants to bring that bill forward again next year. Whereas tribal council, I know way too well, being a former tribal council member and also being a tribal chairman, you may have an issue that gets defeated that is then brought up maybe an hour later, or maybe they bring it up the next council meeting, or maybe they'll go, have a roundtable discussion and work out, whatever problems they have that a tribal council person might have, and they try to come back and they'll revisit the bill or an issue over and over and over again. And so it's just because it doesn't pass one day doesn't mean it won't be brought up again at another regular council meeting. Whereas our legislature, they have the one session that goes from January to about the middle of March, and then it's done unless the governor calls a special session. So those are just some differences between the tribal council and the legislature. There are certainly more differences. There's even some similarities that I would encourage you to explore if you're interested in state government. It's a very fascinating process. I think it is a very just process, a very democratic process, and also again to just pay attention, to what's going on up here in state government. If you really want to know what's going on, it's better to watch the hearings and learn about the different issues and arguments rather than to read about it in the paper or see it on Facebook. So with that, I want to say thank you.